If you know Waka fine, you go bokuli foot. If you like Waka bot, use Waka fine for only 10 news. Today, ladies and gentlemen, here Peters. I want to comment on the Waka fine government buses then that have been introduced to Freetown City. A lot of people don't reach out to me requesting that I do an analysis of the Waka fine buses. So here I am. So the first things first, I want to do this as straightforward as possible. I want to talk about the buses, the funding, who the funding come out. I want to talk about the buses, the advantages and disadvantages, and I want to make a conclusion and recommendations, as always, as I do. So the first things first is that these Waka fine buses was an initiative by the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, where they've been put together in 2019. The project itself is called the Sierra Leone Integrated Resilient Urban Mobility Project, where they've been do with World Bank. And World Bank don't recently approve $50 million for make they able and put this project into motion. So now that make the government don't decide for start off with 50 buses. So a lot of people don't write book things them where they say the government don't spend 1 million per bus, that make now 50 million don't spend. That is not true. Government don't spend 1 million for bus. Nobody will spend 1 million for bus. It don't make any sense. The government spend $119,000 for each bus. So all the 50 buses for buy them, for ship them at Sierra Leone and clearance and everything come up to $7,497,000. You understand? $7,497,000. So each bus now $119,000. Another person will look at this able here, $119,000. Now boku money for bus. Let me tell you, Jeep then day na salone right now while I talk to you. Jeep then day where they're more expensive past this bus. Jeep then they win at $300,000. We will buy this bus 3 times. You understand? Yes. Range Rovers, for example. You understand? You get Boku other different vehicles. They get Audi, you get Porsche, you get so many other different vehicles that we're in Sierra Leone right now. But they're expensive. They're very expensive vehicles. So if somebody can able buy a Jeep for 300,000, 400,000, for let government buy a big bus like that one, the way they carry 70 people at a time for $119,000, that's a fantastic price. So let's go down from the funding, let we go down to other aspects of it. So out of that 50 million, they only use $7,497,000. Then they use. So what did that mean? That means the government still gets about 42.5 million. Then they get out of that 50 million when they give government. So for $42,500,000 still in the government hand for continue the project. The buses them when the government buy. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation then buy now through the Ministry of Transport and this project happen. So now they buy them and put them in place. But the buses, the government, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, under the leadership of we brother Fodeturi, then decide to then go put this operation, that will operate, that will service the bus, that will use the busing for transport, and they will provide, they will ask the people away, then call the Metro Transport Limited, and they operate them buses then. You understand? They've been contracted for operating them buses then. And now somebody will talk, say, then we'll give different bus, different body, then they obstruct traffic, then they disenfranchise the local public transportation operatives then. But let me tell you, Metro Transport Limited na a body will comprise of stakeholders them when are bus drivers, keke riders, okada riders, they are all represented in there. So whatever is happening there benefits all of them because they all get shares into Waka fine. So let me go ahead. Them buses then they carry up to 70 people at a time. 70 people at a time. And then buses and they're fitted, they're equipped with CCTV. What that means that they get camera 24 hours inside the bus where they run and record everything where they happen. They also get facilities where they allow anybody who is a disabled person, you will ride the wheelchair, the bus ticker, you will ride the wheelchair for go inside it. You understand? This is really good because disabled people then transportation can be very difficult for them in Sierra Leone. You understand? So the buses, the way we talk about, then they run every 10 minutes. So if you go down the bus stop, every 10 minutes, you're guaranteed for get bus we could come pick you up. Obviously, you need for factor in traffic, so there'll be delays, maybe 5-minute delays, but the projected time we then put now every 10 minutes one bus for can pass we will carry you, which is really efficient. So the buses then they run from the east, the dead east, for example, from Calbaton, then they run Tekana bus station now the CBD, Central Business District. Then another one they run from Lumley, they come back again at bus station now the city as well. So another thing what you need to know about these buses is that they run from 6 in the morning to 10 p.m. every day. Every day. Sunday to Sunday, they run from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. This is really important for ensure that the free flow of people across the city. Another thing about this bus what you need to know is that during peak hours on Monday to Friday, working hours, during peak hours between 6:30 and 9:30 a.m., the buses then will get special routes the way the government will organize for them to run faster. You understand? They will run faster during peak hours. They get expressway routes the way they will take, where they will ensure say they will transport people faster. This is really good because majority of Sierra Leoneans do not get vehicle. So if majority not get vehicle, the government need to ensure that the services that have been provided, the people that we will use and during peak hours for arrive now working place on time. So during peak hours between 6:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning, then we run. Also in the afternoon between 4:30 to 6 o'clock, then we run na expressways. We will allow them for transport people at ease and at a faster pace. You understand? Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about are the routes of these buses. Obviously, I don't talk to you about the east and west. You understand that are covered. Now, from the east, the bus they run from Calbaton last station. They run from Calbaton, they come by Bure Road. They can't take Upgon. From Upgon, Kisi Road. From Kisi Road, in Nakan Sania Bacha Street, you go to bus stop. So it just stops them all around that road. So if you catch a bus from Calbaton, it will count you right through to Sania Bacha Street and drop you at bus stop. You understand? The same thing at the west. Now the west, it start from Lumley. From Lumley, it go Wickinsey Road, it go Congo Cross, Savage Street, and then it come Kante na Shaka Stevens Street. Then they come na Connaught, there's a parking there, they park, but from there they go before small, you go na bus stop as well. So now the two major routes then and they where the buses then they run. You need to understand say na 10,000 leons. So na 10,000 leons, if you come out from Calbaton, you can't take na Abacha Street, take the can bus stop, bus station, na 10,000 leons, no more na you pay more than that. But for example, if you come out na Calbaton, you can't drop na let's say na Upgon. Then you go do your small run around, you come again, you want to go inside the bus for come na Abacha Street, you still need for pay another 10,000. So every time we use the bus, na 10,000. So the same thing from the west as well. From Lumley, you want drop na Congo Cross, that's okay. But when you come back, you want can't use the bus. We don't do you run in a Congo Cross. You want can't use the bus for Kanaton. You still need for pay back another 10,000. So every time you use the bus, you need for pay 10,000. We will give you the ticket for make you use the bus. These buses, they're very clean, they're tidy, they're first class buses where they run. And also they will charge your phone. A lot of people don't grumble, say you know get aircon and so on and so forth. Let me tell you, if you get 70 people inside the bus, 70 people, and a lot of people get for rush for enter inside the bus, obviously at some point you get for begin the overload. Even if you get the coldest air condition, the air condition you know will be enough for cool everybody down during that period. You understand? So obviously the bus is going to be heated. You understand? But that is the disadvantage, where is not directly as a result of the services provided, but it's as a result of the service users, the capacity of service users. So these are the things the way we need to know about these buses. You understand? These are all the advantages the Waka State. And one of the coolest thing about the buses is that you get the Sierra Leone national flag, the green, white, and blue splashed all over the buses. You see the sense of pride and dignity every time you see the bus they pass by. But the buses, they know they come without disadvantages. You understand? There are lots of disadvantages we I want to highlight. Yes, some man can begin to knock chest. Yeah, you like negative business. Let me tell you, the disadvantages where they highlight now real disadvantages where I believe if the government know about, then they will mitigate some of these disadvantages. Number one thing, disadvantage I want to tell you about. The disadvantage is that way people know is that the bus, for example, it gets particular stops, places outside the stop, designated stopping locations. So if you take a bus, you say from Lumley, you want get off somewhere, like say now you want get stop some side, you want go, you get one appointments now, some side on weekends where you want to stop now exact. Like I will use old transport before. Old transport say, "Paddy man, wanna drop me now, wanna drop me," and they stop straight away. They don't care if traffic did be end. They don't care if they obstruct traffic, then they stop. This is not like that. This is a civilized system, but people don't go to see they affect them because the areas inside they stop, the locations inside they stop. Sometimes they need for work a long distance for going to their desired locations. So now one of the disadvantages, but this is a disadvantage where they all over the world. That's why they all over the world. Buses are not like taxi. You understand? Taxi we take they stop you, say they stop you. Can you go say stop? The buses, public transport buses, we take them. Now one of the disadvantages now all over the world. So I want maybe mitigate that particular disadvantage people in the race now understanding we need to forget. Number two, the people they say that where you pay, for example, you pay 10,000. Yes? If you say, for example, you come along you can na Aberdeen Road Junction. So some people they say if na Poda they take na 5,000 from Lumley to Aberdeen Road Junction. But this bus na 10,000. So it no matter whether you go take from Lumley, you go na bus station or you go na Aberdeen Road. Or na weekends road no one go stop na 10,000. So this is not disadvantage. Let me tell you, the government need for do something for address this concern. The reason we make us say that in every world, every developed country in the world, your bus fare is measured on distance. You understand? The longer you travel, the more you pay. So it not for be a set amount. I know say they just don't start, but need for look into them, make them able to determine how then we will ensure say people will not feel disadvantaged. Say area was they pay 5,000, now that they pay 10,000, where they don't even need them. You understand? So then I one disadvantage with people in those states. The other two way people in those states is that the locations when they sell the tickets. They say some man they Waka take go na Congo course before you go buy the ticket. Some man go Waka take go long before they go buy the ticket for make you catch bus. Let me tell you this. The government need for ensure say we get a lot of areas where they will buy tickets. In Western countries, you get convenience store, you get post offices, you get a lot of places you will buy bus tickets. Then. So my recommendation is this. You see how they will buy top up? I feel say bus tickets then for be available now. All them people they sell top up. Therefore, the government need for work together for ensure say any thousand they sell top up. Then for able selling tickets into people. Then say we get small thing on top of. You understand? So they can use that. They can use them when they do orange money, send orange money, MoneyGram, all them places in their areas then they. You understand? Then for able use the area they for selling tickets then they as well. So that means say people are not need for go too far, Waka too far forget tickets. You understand? They can get tickets easily the same way they get top up. So that is my recommendation for that particular issue concern that has been raised by citizens. Now, you get public transport provider existing public transport providers, then we then say don't raise their own concern. They say they don't stop the private public transport providers then put them which they call them don't stop. They say not for use. For example, if they come on na the west, they come on na Lumley, they not for use weekends road can't come across. Now then they bypass for go through Wilberforce, all these areas then they. So they say don't become so disadvantageous for them. They say they bought the government for allow them for make them say it will compete with the government bus. They say will continue for use the normal routes. And I believe the government need for look into that. Just because government buses then they run, mean say the private buses then they put they not for run at the same routes. You understand? You get government buses then they run express busways who say all that put enough for run, but put and for still able run on Wickinson Road, they will still able run na Congo Cross, and for still able Canaton. You understand? Without diverging them into different routes, because people don't use them service them, and the buses are not even enough. You understand? They're not even enough for cover the transportation demands for the entire city. So if you limit the private people they provide put enough for use their road, then they Wikisi road, for example, Congo cross for Cam, therefore use other road, it disadvantage thousands of people where they want travel per where they want travel per keke, where they want travel per Okada, and so on and so forth. So government really need to look into that for open the market and make them more competitive. You understand? So those are the concerns that have been raised, and also them same people, and they say they don't lost boku money as a result of that. You understand? And people don't go back say, you know, keke them they use before, they take them in corner, then they will come, they call now, then they will use them on Wikisi road. That is a disadvantage which the government needs for listen to. You understand? And obviously the last objection we people bring, concerns we people raise, is that the buses are not enough. But at the appeal to the Sierra Leoneans, this night start, this night templates, then just sample the market for see how it goes, and they will learn from what will happen, and then for see how they will improve them and add more buses. So exercise patience, but this is a moment of pride for Sierra Leoneans at home and abroad, for no say we get a service like that. Not to all man they come over see them to Canada Sierra Leone. We get visitors when they can't Sierra Leone with man, and maybe when they want to use public transportation. So forget a decent services such as Waka Fine. It is really a great initiative that we all find. Bus initiative don't showcase to Sierra Leoneans. We know this already, but it don't become very clear to we now that when you get a government we appoint ministers them, capable ministers them, into the right positions, excuses they disappear. The Ministry of Transport, the new minister for the Toure, an example. If you look at the other minister, the Minister of Information and Civic Education with Brother Chernobyl is an example. You know, because the way that they do things is sets themselves apart from all their predecessors. You understand? So when you have competent people in the right position, they need to make excuses, then they deliver for the government, then they deliver for the party, then they deliver for the country and the people. This is the manifestation of this for less Sierra Leoneans they see. So when you see ministries such as Ministry of Fisheries, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Tourism, we are the worst ministry in the new government, in all other government before that, when you see them, they make excuses after excuses, then you realize the wrong people have been put into those positions. But I also prevail on the government for take all them concerns and the way citizens don't raise through this video what I don't put forward for make the able mitigate them and be able to address those concerns. Thank you very much for your time for watching this. And I also want to commend the people that wouldn't come up with that name, Waka Fine. It is a brilliant name. He says so much. When you talk and say, if he laugh, if he smile, we say Waka Fine. It makes so much sense, and it directly speaks to the soul of Sierra Leoneans. Thank you very much for watching, and share at will. Air P Towns.